Super Bowl champs and the Giants, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We welcome it. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They go play action here on first down. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
He's still barreling through. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Stewart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Banks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stiff-armed him. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Snowhawks have taken the early lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. Shifts by him. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On 1st down, Stewart. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. Stewart. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Jackson now to return.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And they'll give to Lynch out of the gun. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. Oh, he bowls over him.
And this will be a Giants first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Throwing now, Stewart. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. And it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Stewart to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
First and goal, Chicago.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Stewart sets to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Snowhawks are able to add on to that lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They will throw on first down with Stewart. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Banks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Stewart. And a quick throw here that's complete.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stewart. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Snowhawks are able to add on to their first half lead.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Now the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
New York ready to go again offensively.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lynch. A little juke. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Let's go.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, Lynch. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They may have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Hands it off out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stewart. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Lynch, left side. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And the Giants send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Stewart. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. He finds his man complete. It's Alexander. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And that's a critical touchdown. I don't want to be too hyperbolic or whatever, but they needed some points on the board before halftime.
They certainly did, and, you know, it's not going to erase everything that happened in the first half. Look, they got outplayed. There's no question about that. but now it gives them a chance to regroup, feel a little bit better about themselves. And how many games have we done where we've seen everything flip when another half begins? And by the way, did you say hyperbolic?
I did. Thank you. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. The Titans trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And you can see they are out in front in that one. The Bucs seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
We play to win.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Now Stewart on 1st and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stewart. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. To throw is Stewart. To throw on 3rd down. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Snowhawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me, and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Stewart now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Snowhawks take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
On second down, Lynch. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Second down, here's Stewart. Over the middle, complete. It's Banks.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Now Stewart on first and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Snowhawks get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am, and he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On second down, it's Lynch. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Second and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Alexander.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll look to throw again. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 31.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll run again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run for it. Lynch, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Stewart. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Giants have it, it's picked up, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. 1st tackle a little too aggressive. 2nd one, though, they strip it loose. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 85 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Stewart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Snowhawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up and they tend to play well. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They dump it off to Lynch. And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
There's some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Throwing now, Stewart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.